Dumelang kaofela, nna lebitso la ka ke Masechaba Ndlovu. Welcome to Mose Waka. Have you ever felt a deep connection to an outfit that you've worn because it represents more than just fabric and stitching? Tonight, we share the experiences and the outfits of a woman you've come to know as a powerhouse in the world of broadcasting, presenter, author, and founder of the Crown Gospel Awards. Zanele Mbokazi is here. And later on, we'll be joined by Tanya Mazonde, who wants to honor her mother, Portia, for all the sacrifices that she made to give her a better life. But first up, the living legend, Zanele Mbokazi. Welcome. So good to have you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Style and you are like, wait the king, twins. So have you always been style conscious?
Blame it on my role model when I grew up, Princess Diana.
Oh,
I loved
wow.
her. I loved those hats. I loved the outfits. I loved the gloves. I loved everything about her.
So what does this outfit represent for you?
Look, this reminds me of the years gone by. What I used to wear when I started out in the industry and when I was literally walking through the media industry from radio to television, those days when it was crazy, easy to wear, you know, just doom, you're gone.
So let's talk about Ukhozi FM.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started there?
I went to Ukhozi, I was, I think, about 24 or 23. Crazy, young.
Wow.
And that environment did not have young people at the time. I think I was the youngest when I started. So yeah, it was amazing.
And what did you set out to do as a young female broadcaster in what was then a predominantly male industry?
Look, I think on 3 occasions I was nearly fired because I think I was pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
What is so common today and normal was not about 19 years ago because I remember that I did an interview with somebody who was HIV positive and I got a call from upstairs that was saying, you can't be discussing those details.
Wow.
I did a show on gays and lesbians and I got a call from Ubabushenge saying, hey, you are not going to be talking about those things here. So today, people are like, hey, this is what we talk about every day. It wasn't as easy at that time. I was breaking boundaries and I was saying our young people need to understand the lives that we are living in, but they also need to make their informed choices.
Now that for me, that is true evangelism.
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
You are so getting it right. I mean, being a game changer from such a young age and truly representing who I believe God is, a God of love.
Of course.
That's beautiful.
Of course.
So what were your challenges? You know, in an industry that was, at the time, really, there were very few women in broadcasting.
There were very few women in broadcasting, but also I think there are many stereotypes that you can't do a particular show. So when I started, I was given a gospel show, hence my journey with gospel.
Yeah.
So I got to understand the industry at the time, but I wanted more. I wanted far more than that. There wasn't a youth talk show on Ukhozi FM. I started that. But when I left Ukhozi, I had done the morning drive. And when I left, I was doing the afternoon drive show. I was the first girl in the country to do the afternoon drive.
Incredible.
So I was doing it alone, the afternoon drive. Now, this is 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. I wanted to show that young girls can.
Yeah.
And today, when I listen to them, I get so excited. When I listen to you guys on radio, I get excited because I'm like, we did our part.
Yeah, you certainly did. And thank you for that.
Thank you.
So why did you leave radio?
There was something bigger beckoning me. I knew that I had 2 weapons, which were very powerful, my voice and my pen.
Wow.
I had not written a book yet at that time, but I knew I was going to write books. I could see them. Okay, I could see them on the horizon that I was going to be an author. I wanted a platform where I could put all those together, all the ideas, all the skills, all the lessons that I had learned. So I started my own business based on that. And I needed a platform to unleash all that and just be me without limitations.
And you know what? Today you are an author and so much more.
Absolutely.
And when we come back, we're going to talk a bit more about the contents of one of your books, Before I Do, because in it you beautifully articulate some of the mistakes you've made in marriage, the things that you've learned. And I, as a young, newly married woman, would need 1 or 2 pearls of wisdom from you. How about that?
Would love that.
All right. So taking the plunge is certainly one way to reach for the impossible, and it looks like Zanele's leap of faith worked in her favor. And clothes are memory banks. So go to our Facebook page, Ariel South Africa, and tell us about your special outfit that made the impossible possible. Hashtag Mose Waka. And we've only just started warming up with Zanele. Stay with us. After the break, we put her in the spotlight with her next choice of outfit. Welcome back to Mose Waka. Nna lebitso la ka ke Masechaba Ndlovu. So re santsane re dutse le Zanele Mbokazi, and she's here to share with us her life's journey through her wardrobe. And this is the part where we present her surprise outfit chosen by someone in her life. She doesn't yet know whom. Who do you think would have chosen an outfit for you?
It can only be my kids.
How many kids do you have?
I've got 2, but then I've got a niece who has been my daughter for many years. My sister passed on some time back. So there's 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are the other 2?
Yolanda is 17 and Mawande is 14.
All right. So it could be any one of those 3.
Yes.
Let's see if you're right.
Hi. The reason why I chose this dress for her is because the day that she wore it was for her wedding day at the reception. And I believe that I've never ever seen her that happy before. And I'm just hoping with her putting on the dress, it will bring back the memories and the love and the goodness. So I hope you guys will like it as well. And I must say that was one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever attended. And yeah, I hope you guys will love it too.
Incredible.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, you were spot on.
Yeah, ngiyabaz.
Why do you think your niece chose this dress?
I think it's because this was my wedding dress. This is the dress I wore when we had the reception. And that was a defining moment for us as a family. I wasn't getting married. Babeti sonke siyashada. We were all getting married. So I think it's because of that moment was so special to all of us as a family.
Right. Any particular way reason you chose blue?
Look, I love purple.
Yeah.
Let's start from there.
Yeah.
But it's got a tendency of being a bit overpowering.
Right.
So I wanted to blend. So we had to use blue, and I wanted layers and different textures of fabric. So I think the designer did a good job in making sure that ukuhlanganisa konke.
Oh, what a gorgeous dress. So your wedding, your marriage, finding love for a second time. Yeah. What did that mean to you?
I think, as I've just said, it was a defining moment for me because it was amazing. Love is amazing, you know, and especially when you find love when you're not looking for love. You know,
love found you.
I happened to be in Swaziland for a speaking engagement, and voila, there was this guy, and I was like, yes, lo wami. You know, so it's a beautiful thing. But I knew that I wanted to settle down again. I had not thought about getting married again. Right. But when I met my husband, I just knew.
Now, being married to a bishop, does that come with just greater expectations from the public?
It's been an incredible journey. I fell in love with the man, and then I discovered that he was a bishop.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are a lot of expectations, but also nobody trains the pastor's wife. Nobody gives you guidelines as to what is you expected to do. The very first time I went to church after Umshado, I met somebody at Passage, and she grabbed my hand and said, "Mom Bishop, please pray for me." And I was like, oh, okay, so this is what my life is going to be from now on.
What is the greatest lesson you learned from your first marriage?
It was, you need to be very honest about who you are, but also be able to create boundaries. And also, you need to know your deal breakers, okay? Don't live for other people. I stayed because I kept saying, it's going to get better. What are people going to say?
Right.
I have, Zanele, you are stronger than this. And I wasted so much time.
So let's talk about the talks that you give, you know, that you conduct with women. Why is that particularly important for you?
It's simply because when I grew up, I did not have anybody to hold my hand. I did not have people that would say to us, don't go there, yashisa, ungakwenzi lokhu. I stumbled, I learned, we succeeded there, we failed there. I decided that we were going to be able to try and hold the light for the women that are coming after us, so that they don't have to go through what we've been through. Hence my book, Before the Vows. Everything, we wrote the book together with the bishop. It's everything you need to know before you get married. We had to talk about children, I had children. We had to talk about the fact that I am in the media space. He is a bishop. What will that mean? Cultural differences. I'm from KwaZulu-Natal. He's from across the border in Swaziland. There were so many issues. You know, I was well established. He was well established. How do we bring our assets together? Many other things that we normally take for granted. At the end of October, I'm going to be launching yet another book. And this time around, it's called Dear Daughter.
Let's talk about that book. What is Dear Daughter about?
Dear Daughter, it's for every woman. It is about everything that my mom taught me. It's about everything that my mom did not teach me. It's about everything I wish my mom would have told me. And it's about everything I have learned along the way.
Wow.
From myself, from my failures, from you, from every other woman that I've come across.
Have you made peace with her death?
Mom had brain cancer. It was the most difficult time of our lives with my sister. For 3.5 years, she couldn't talk. She was there, but she was not able to speak to us. We just had to tap into what she had said and taught us growing up. Very difficult, painful moment. And when she passed on, the only thing eyang consola ukuthi ngithi, Mommy, I gave you my all.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Whew, I got goosebumps. So we're continuing with the story and the journey of Zanele Mbokazi. But before that, Tanya Mazonde is our community hero. After her father left, life became very difficult, and her mother struggled to support the family financially. After high school, Tanya needed money to further her studies, and her mom was left with no option but to sell her plot of land. Today, Tanya wants to honor her mother, Portia Mazonde, for all of her sacrifices in empowering her. Your dresses are amazing, and this is just a small token of appreciation from Ariel, because you're making the impossible possible. Well, welcome. Thank you so much, the both of you, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So, Tanya, tell me why you brought your mom here today.
I brought my mom here. I think she's my hero. She's the best thing that has ever happened to me. I mean, she sacrificed so much for me and my siblings. To be where I am today is because of my mom. So my mom is a phenomenal woman, I could say, yes.
And where's your dad?
My dad left us 5 years ago, yes. He went off to go stay with another woman, and he left us with my mom, yes.
Yeah. And then, Mom, Are you working?
No, I'm not working.
Okay. How have you managed to not only raise children, feed them, clothe them, but also to take your daughter to school?
I sell clothes, I buy bags, perfumes, and I sell them. And also to send Tanya to school, I sold my plot. I had a land that I wanted to build, so I decided to sell it so that I can send her to school.
Wow, that's incredible. Tanya, what did you study?
I studied demography, yes.
And have you completed your studies or are you still studying?
I'm just finishing my master's degree. I'm graduating in December.
And what does this gown represent for you in your life?
It represents the struggles that we've been through, you know. In the end, I graduated because it was very difficult when my dad left with my mom around, and we had no idea that I'd actually graduate not only once, but twice. So
Wow. So she's sitting right here, you know, talk to her and let her know how you feel.
I just want to tell you that I love you so much, and I thank you for all the sacrifices you've done for our family, and you're truly my hero.
Oh,
Thank you.
Zanele, a mother sacrificing for her daughter.
This is too beautiful. Just too beautiful. Siyabonga, ma. Thank you. We need more like you. But also, you know what is touching me today is to hear a young girl saying thank you to her mum, appreciating her as a pila. Usually we do it when they're gone, when we're buying expensive coffins and blome flowers and stuff, when they're gone for the world to see. But for her to be able to come here and to say, thank you, mom, well done. And when you graduated, when you start working, make sure she's treated like a queen.
Oh, yes.
Definitely.
Because she certainly is.
Yes.
And just to make you feel like a queen today, we have a small token of appreciation to say thank you for making the impossible possible. And firstly, Ariel just thought that, you know, for everything that you do, they would make you look amazing in these great outfits that you're wearing. But more than that, they're giving you a 1-year supply of washing powder. And because, Ma, you are raising another son and you've got so much on your plate, they will also give you a voucher for groceries as well, just to alleviate the pressure a little bit. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. What an inspiring story. Tell us about your story of how you and your mom made the impossible possible. Go to the Ariel South Africa Facebook page and use the hashtag Mose Waka. We're taking a quick break and then it's on to Zanele's final outfit. See you in a minute. Welcome back. Oshebeletse Mose Waka ke Masechaba Ndlovu. We're chatting to the midwife of dreams, Zanele Mbokazi, who has made the most of her life, all the while staying true to her faith. So we're down to the final outfit, and what an outfit it is.
Beautiful dress.
So this is a Gert Johan number.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it can only be.
You can tell from the
Uyayibona.
material and the detail.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
What does this outfit represent for you?
This I wore Kuma Crown Gospel Music Awards. I think the 6th crowns in 2015. I think it was, yeah, it was in 2015. It represents excellence. It represents levels. It represents achievement. It represents a crown. It can only be gold.
How have you grown with the Crown Gospel Awards as a businesswoman?
When I started the Crowns, I had to focus. I had to say no to a lot of average things to be able to focus on growing this. From day one, I knew where we wanted to go. And I am so grateful to say that in a month's time, I think in November, we'll be celebrating 10 years of the Crowns. And it's only been because of the grace of God and hard work.
Amen.
And hard work. Planning and hard work.
What have been some of your challenges as a female entrepreneur?
Beyond being a female, there was also an added challenge, genre, that I was pushing. Nobody was taking gospel seriously at the time. Think about it, it's 10 years ago. Gospel was in the periphery. We would have our mega gospel stores opening our festivals. And then festival. Also, you're starting gospel awards. I mean, how many categories are you going to have? Guess what? Today I've got 34.
Wow.
But we knew what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
It was not just a good idea. It was a God idea.
Wow.
I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to grow. We are not only making waves in South Africa. We have grown to touch the entire continent. Last year, we had 17 countries at the Crowns. And this year, we've started franchising the Crowns,
Beautiful.
the brand. We have in Crown Swaziland, Crown Botswana, Crown Zambia, and.
That's amazing.
I could not have done it on my own. I've got an amazing team. I've got people that have supported my vision from the beginning, like the SABC. They've been holding the naming rights from year one.
So what advice do you have for budding entrepreneurs out there?
Decide if you want to be in business. And make sure that if you are in business, you understand the rules of the game. For example, it's so easy for me to say, because I'm doing gospel, I'm only going to pray about it. And yes, prayer is very important. I pray over my business. I pray over all my products and my projects. But there are principles that guide the business world. Understand the craft. Understand the game. You need to plan. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Make sure that you understand your relationship with money. Because sometimes you're going to get money and all of a sudden you think it is yours. Make sure you're able to differentiate between money for the business and money for you.
Yeah.
But also, mawivila, forget it.
Stay away from business.
Stay away from business. Because there are going to be those moments where nothing will make sense. Nothing. You have to have that thing that is so strong within you that pushes you in the morning when business is not well, when nobody is paying you. Something that will say, push, Zanele, one more time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing yourself with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I wish you all of the best
Thank you
with
for
the
having
now
me.
International Crown
Yes.
Gospel Awards.
I'm sure you guys will be there come the 26th of November.
I'll be waiting for my invitation.
I am definitely going to give you an invite.
It's a done deal.
26th of November. We are doing it. 10 years, baby.
We are there. So, I mean, just what a full circle that you've come, having really just started out as a young girl in the industry, changing the game, doing things that were not done then, that we can now, today, as broadcasters, do freely and carry on. And, you know, to finding love, your true love, the second time around.
Yes.
And finally, just the representation of the powerful woman that you are today, who is making things happen and continuing to be the pioneer that you are.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank
May God
you.
bless your journey.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. So just like that, the show is over. And I know that it's probably been as inspiring for you as it has been for me. So please do tell us your story with your special outfit on how you made the impossible possible. Go to our Facebook page, Ariel South Africa, and hashtag Mose Waka. And I cannot wait to see you again next week when we feature our next guest. From me, Masechaba Ndlovu, good night.